Man, I highly recommend those at home get a podcast with two medical professionals.
You like that?
It sounds like a snooze fest.
No, we are 30 seconds from turning on the microphones, and you two start dropping medical bombs on me.
Chad started it for sure.
We actually have some audio of what you guys were talking about.
All right.
Here it is. Yeah, that's about how it goes right before we drop the mics.
Listen, Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Boys and girls at home and kids in the gallery, let's go!
Hello, Packamaniacs, and welcome to another episode of Pack to the Future. I'm your host, Ricky, a.k.a. Mr. eBay. And I'm joined by my co-host and partner in crime, Dr. Chad.
Someone called for a doctor?
How you doing, Doc?
Just call me the ZJ.
And he's willing to travel to Utah County for ice cream, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Dr. Tim.
Here we go, baby. Prepare to be underwhelmed.
Well, we've got the follow-up to our PSA submissions.
Yes.
Tonight's the night that we finally choose what we're submitting.
Mhm.
Maybe make some grade predictions.
I like that you narrowed your U-Haul down to just regular card today to bring in your cards.
Yeah,
That's a
that was good.
respectable stack.
Yeah, I narrowed it down to 8, and I think I've decided instead of 3, I'm going to submit 4.
Oh.
If they're as cheap as we think they could be, then I'm all in.
Fair enough.
Don't tease me with that. So right before the show, we have to tell people about this.
Yes.
Right before the show, I'm like, hey, how much are these cards to submit? I'm like,
Yeah.
this is something that we should know. I'm like, they're $15, right? And we all stared at each other. And I'm like, okay, we have to make sure that we don't say that unless we bring up the number to actually be able to tell people here on the show.
And we knew Tim because he is so knowledgeable and studies this stuff and is in all of like the black web rooms.
Mhm.
We said, Tim, how much is it? And that's pretty much how it went.
And how far are we into the show? Just a couple of minutes, and we're already
Yeah.
talking about it. So
And I
that's good.
chastised him and I said, Tim, how could you not know that? He says, I know I should just go home.
$15 for
Hey.
the very base. That's collector club only.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, value is $25.
Oh, 25. Yeah.
But you're in Collector Club, aren't you?
No, I was back in 2020.
Yeah, I think I let mine lapse too.
Boy, $25 may change that a to that, but I guess we'll get to that a little bit later on here in the show. Huh?
Yeah, I'll throw a Benjamin Franklin at these cards.
Look at you.
Don't
would've-
tempt me with a good time.
Who would have
Big
thought?
balling. Yep.
Tim?
Accidentally informative.
Before we dive into the PSA subs, though, we'll get to that in a little bit. Tim or Chad, do you have some show updates for us?
Of course, all the things as a reminder for people, go follow us on Instagram, Pack to the Future Podcast. That is where we are the most active. Happy to engage with you or listen to any of your hateful comments towards Ricky as he has fully turned heel here in season 3. You can always email us, packtothefuturepodcast@gmail.com, with any audio clips, any updates. If you have a mail day that you want to tell us about, please make sure to record that, send us an audio update there. And on YouTube, where we are now, unfortunately, people did not hear that intro on YouTube, so they're going to have to listen to it on the podcast. But otherwise, we have a good time here on YouTube. People are typing in the comments. I'm trying to pull it up during the show, and that's a pretty good time too. So please make sure to not only subscribe, watch, but also like if you are turning in to YouTube.
Yeah, and those of you in the chat room tonight, we expect you to chat us up. We want to take some live comments as we're going tonight's show.
We've got one here already that says dead air for that opener. So that's a good way to start.
That's a good
Well,
start.
all you listeners online that were bitching that you don't know whether to watch us on YouTube or listen Saturday, you're welcome.
Why
We
not
now have
both?
given you a reason to do both.
iTunes, just as a reminder for everyone, we do have that new feed, and people are doing a very good job subscribing to the new feed. We very much appreciate that. You are leaving 5-star reviews and comments. And guess what? This last week, we have 4 more comments with 5-star reviews.
What?
Yes.
And I think these might be real. Either that or Tim actually created 4 different accounts, which I applaud you for. It takes a lot of work to do that. Yell
Created at
Traba.
least one, but yeah.
As soon as I read it on there, I was like, uh-oh.
Yep.
I put the pieces together. Tim, are you Yell Traba? YELTRABA.
Negative.
MJS underscore sports cards?
Nope.
I know that one's not you. Broadway AI left another one. I think that Broadway AI left one earlier in the year, but I think there's a new one there.
All right.
And then the last one that I want to highlight, Stenger, STENGHER.
Yeah.
I think that might be, it sounds like it's related to something Tim and I were talking about pre-show.
Yes.
Very nice review, though. Talked about he just got back into sports cards with his son in the last year and a half, and for some reason listens to us. I don't know why.
Yeah. Because he knows where it's at.
But we appreciate it. So, we did $50 gift card for one person last week. We'll do $25 gift card for each of these people this week. You have 1 week. You have 1 week to message us on Pack to the Future podcast on Instagram or through our email, and I will send you that gift card.
Damn.
We appreciate it. It's not going to last forever, ladies and gentlemen.
Tim, hook me up with an account so I can rate and review secretly.
Talk with you offline.
Over the weekend, Tim sent us an Instagram little screenshot.
Yes.
Our local card shop,
Hey,
Overtime Cards.
Thank God he only sent it to us once this time.
They're moving.
Yeah.
This is a shop that, of course, we've talked about so much. Initially opened up by Heidi, and Heidi was our forever beloved LCS owner.
Yeah.
Ownership traded hands in a little bit different look, but still a great one. And they are moving, for those of you who are local here to Salt Lake City, 10673 South State Street, into a massive building, shares a parking lot of Taco Bell.
Yeah, R.I.P. Heidi. This new location sounds like it's going to be really awesome.
She is alive, but
Oh.
the new location will be awesome. And they are having a grand opening the week of June 3rd through the 8th. That's the one that did it, huh?
Was that Sean Bradley or Heidi?
Oh, man. I was about to throw a zinger out there at Ricky, and Tim just threw out the trumpet.
That's a
card,
deep
so.
dive from what, season
Oh.
1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Tim jumping in front of a bullet for me. Thank you, my
Yeah,
man.
you sure did. I was about ready to rip you a new one, and nope, I'll just keep my mouth shut there. But they have a few different deals going on. So the 3rd through the 6th, or 3rd through the 8th, all sorts of different things. June 6th, our local ESPN will be there broadcasting on site with food and cards. And then June 7th, kids get a free pack of cards. But June 8th is the big one. It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
Food, some entertainment, of course, it's a card shop, and then trade night from 5 to 7 p.m. All 3 of us, Tim,
It's on the calendar.
Yes!
all 3 of us will be there. I highly insist we go to Taco Bell.
Oh,
And Kyle, we will be FaceTiming you from Taco Bell while opening cards.
okay. Can I please?
Please
can I
do.
please
The
pick
floor
up?
is yours.
Can I please pick up Del Taco and come eat it at Taco Bell?
I will do it with you.
Yes. Yes.
People in the chat here on YouTube are distraught that Heidi passed away.
The identity of Heidi, the local card shop owner, has passed away, but Heidi is still well and kicking.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
she
apparently
is?
traveling the world.
Traveling the world.
Oh.
That's what Tanner said.
Okay,
yeah, she's
good.
traveling and happy and doing her thing. Heidi, if you're listening, hello. We miss you.
True statement.
I don't think she's listening.
From the grave. Apparently. So that's the overtime cards update.
You killed Ricky, too.
Guys, I think that's the update for the week.
Speaking of Heidi, Chad, you recently did a ghost hunt.
That's what they call a smooth transition, ladies and gentlemen, here in the business.
You know, I'm all about
The
those
industry
smooth
that we are in.
transitions.
That wasn't forced at all. Jeez.
Sorry, I'm shaking the table.
No,
Shouldn't
it's
be.
me. It's me.
Do in all seriousness, the hardest part about the paranormal investigations is finding a location to investigate, like getting people who own these businesses or locations to buy into it. And then to let them rent out the place to someone that they don't know is always a tricky thing. So guys,
Yeah.
I have a thought, of course, getting back a little bit on the serious side here.
Uh-huh.
I know where our next investigation location should be, of course, after we do Petite Neat on September 30th or whatever it is.
Right.
I propose that we investigate the old Overtime Cards location and see if we can make contact
In Midvale?
with the ghost of Heidi.
Ah! Yes! Yes!
You're welcome.
Hey,
But-
by the way, Tim, you know how we're supposed to have a dysfunctional family ghost hunt in September?
Yeah.
Did you know one half of the ghost hunting team, Jason,
Uh-huh.
had no clue we were meeting in September for a ghost hunt?
He even accepted on the invite I sent you
Yeah.
guys. And
Yeah.
He's
What
like,
happened to
he's
your
like, hey
clothes?"
man, when are you gonna come on a ghost hunt with us? I was like,
he
well,
was kind of busting your butt about
he
it.
was. I was like, well, I think we're gonna come on Saturday or in September, and he's like, what? Huh? We're doing that? I don't have that on my calendar.
Jason's really good in the moment, but like future planning is not so much his
No.
jam.
That's a Detroit Lion fan for you.
Yeah.
I would know. But seriously, what's going on with the ghost hunts?
Yeah, so
lately?
kind of weekly updates for each of us. I did do an investigation. I drove through Orem. Tim sent us a screenshot of the ice cream location that he wanted us to podcast from tonight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which maybe in the future we'll make that happen. But down in central Utah, a haunted mansion. I stayed overnight in a literal haunted mansion. And it was creepy as hell.
Is this the one where you guys were going to set up cameras to watch you sleep?
Yes.
Mm.
And you know what happened with that?
What?
I did set them up. I bought a 4K CCTV system, hauled it down there. I took the TV off of the wall in my office and brought it. You should have seen Sarah's face because she set up my whole office. She's like, you did what?
She was about to kill you.
Thanks, hon. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's for the sake of science.
Then we can record all our activities.
And we did. And so we set it up. I was going to live stream it all night. I was on the fence about live streaming it because I didn't know if we had internet there that would work. And that's kind of been an issue. And obviously, when you're trying to live stream something, internet's a big deal.
Sure.
So initially, when I set up the StreamYard, I sent it to unlisted because I didn't know if I actually wanted to show this to people, just depending on the internet. So we get down there, we do a whole investigation, and we have this thing set up overnight to watch. And I hit play, and it's rolling, and we're getting activity popping up. We're seeing like these glowing balls of light floating around in what was supposed to be Jason's room.
A tent pitched around his mid-waist area.
And no one is watching it. No one logs on to watch it.
What?
And I've got it for 45 minutes rolling. And finally, it's like 1 a.m. I'm like, I guess everyone's asleep, or maybe people just don't care. So I shut it down. The next morning, my Instagram, so Dr. Ghost Hunters, is flooded with messages. Hey, where's this live stream? Because I did a reel that said, hey, come watch it. I forgot to change it from unlisted, so no one could actually see it.
Oh no.
So I shut it down so it didn't roll all night.
Oh no.
At least not live. I will tease though, we had a lot of activity there.
Okay.
It was actually scary enough. The room Jason was supposed to sleep in,
Yeah.
he refused to sleep in the room.
Wow.
I shit you not.
Mhm.
He slept on the couch next to the bed Sarah and I slept in. If Jason's ever given you the business about anything ever, just ask him
He slept
about
next
the
to mom
Whitmore
and,
mansion.
He slept next to mom and dad's bed.
He refused. He absolutely refused to do it. He would not do it.
Was it wet after?
What, his bed or?
It's an open-ended question, Chad. Jeez.
The place
That's
was
amazing.
pretty wild, though. I would absolutely love to go back there.
Huh.
If you guys dig this ghost hunt thing that we go to in September,
Yeah.
let's the three of us go down there and just like stay a night or two. There's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
to do in Nephi.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty creepy
Shocker.
place.
Yeah.
We're doing this thing and like all of our gear's going off. I feel something. Well, let me back up. I'm doing this little session. Tim, you would know what this is, an S-Day session. I put on headphones so I can't hear anything in the outside world. I just got a radio going into my ears. My eyes are closed, so I can't see anything that's going on around me. We have all this gear set up, and apparently it's all going nuts. And at the time, I'm spitting out words that are giving knowledgeable responses to what someone is asking me, but I don't know that because I can't hear what they're saying.
Right.
During this thing, I feel on my shoulder, boop.
What?
And at the time, I play it off. I'm like, oh, I guess my shoulder's starting to twitch or spasm. The next day, I shit you not, the entire left side of my neck, my shoulder, completely spasmed. I could not turn my neck.
Wow.
What?
It lasted a day. Now it's completely fine.
Jeez.
You didn't lose your bowels, did you?
I did not poo myself. Thank you.
Thank goodness.
All right, that's enough ghost hunting. But that was
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of activity, like you said.
that was a lot of activity. And I did get home. So let's turn this back into the car world for anyone who has not turned this off yet.
Yeah.
And I went to my mailbox and I got a card.
Yes.
Day card.
And kind of appropriate for the ghost hunting thing. Again, another smooth transition.
Do we want a drum roll?
Yes. 2023 WWE Revolution Galactic Mankind.
Yeah.
I bid on this in the middle of the night one night when I couldn't sleep.
With your eyes closed.
I won it for like $30.
Yes.
These Galactics, I love them, and they are just pennies on the dollar right now. They are so cheap.
I need to start searching for some Galactics.
I have a binder that is just full of WWE Galactics.
Oh my God. I'm so jealous right now.
It's probably pretty
I
shiny.
am so jealous.
Ricky, it's a
Okay.
very cheap and fun way to go about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
need-
would highly encourage you. Just throw it in your eBay safe searches.
Yeah, I think that is the way to go. And you've been talking to me. Wrestling's making a comeback, man. Their
Oh, yes.
storytelling is finally starting to get a little better. They've got some pretty damn engaging characters. And you were texting me asking if I had watched King of the Ring.
Yes.
King and Queen of the Ring,
Yes.
because we have to be PC in this day and age.
Well, I mean, the women were wrestling
And
too.
they were. And I told you I hadn't watched it yet.
Right.
I cannot stop watching. So I watched the Survivor Series from 2002.
Wow. What? Wait, what?
I don't know. And now, and in this season, it was the first ever Hell in a Cell match. Brock Lesnar was just a young puppy with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman screwed him over to help the Big Show win the championship.
Okay.
And now I keep alternating on Peacock between 2002, November 2002, Monday Night Raws and SmackDowns. I'm watching episodes
Why?
from 20 years ago.
Why?
I don't know. I'm captivated.
Live right now in the moment, man.
You don't understand.
There's some real serious stuff going on.
Kurt Angle is going to town. Shawn Michaels is back. He's seeking revenge on Triple H.
Oh my goodness.
I can't stop watching it.
Can we take an exit here just real quick?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Does Shawn Michaels have the best autograph in all of sports or
Hands down.
sports entertainment?
Oh,
Hands down.
I'm surprised he keeps it up. Actually,
I am
yeah.
not.
Well done, Tim. Tim, you are a man of few words so far. There could not have been a better line in the show for that. I mean, that thing, it's a full blown penis, right?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
that's
Skateboard.
his.
Skateboard.
1,000% a penis and nothing else. And he was known he was interviewed by one of my favorite radio shows back in the day at WrestleMania. And evidently the story goes, they would say, well, Sean, how was this great WrestleMania moment you had back 10 years ago? He says, well, that's a really good question. And just start ripping ass constantly between every single question.
Dynamite.
And they had to hold it together.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I think that's the kind of guy he is.
Classy.
Yeah.
Ricky, join us in the now.
I'm trying, man, but I can't let this go. Eric Bischoff is around.
Just stop. Just
Oh.
how much fun was our mini group chat? You, me, Big Tort, and Selly during WrestleMania.
So fun. So fun.
Live right now in the
I
moment,
know.
man. Get here with us. Go
I
back and watch those when there isn't a PLE, when there isn't something big going on.
Fair. I will commit to watching King and Queen of the Ring this weekend.
Good.
And report back.
And then we have SummerSlam coming right up.
God, yeah, I got to strap in.
You got to get there.
It's coming.
Or on, either way.
Tim, when are we going to get you into a SummerSlam?
Oh.
Tim was watching. Oh, no, was it the game? I was trying to think. There was one of these events we were watching, and then you just got up in the middle of it and walked down and left.
Yeah, we
You
showed.
Irish-
No, we were showing the Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and
That's right.
and Mankind to Tim's daughter, who was about 7 at the time.
And she got the point after the first 9.5 minutes. So.
She appreciated it more than you did.
Yeah,
you were grabbing her by the arm saying, "We're out of here." She's like, "Wait, I gotta see."
Still remember when Chad taught her the people's elbow when she was like 2. No context whatsoever. Just like flops over and is like,
Yeah.
We need to teach her the Undertaker Kane sit up so she can freak Dad out in the middle of the night. Walk it in.
That would be great.
Oh yeah. What else do we got? Oh, I have a quick update for you guys.
PlayStation.
Yes.
oh, ongoing saga.
Mm-hmm.
I have gone.
This is good. We're going to need a snack for Tim. Can
Yeah.
you?
Mhm.
So I didn't. Sorry to
No,
interrupt,
please.
but this is worth it. I want to make sure that we've got a little snack here.
Please.
So when we go ghost hunting, Sarah and the ladies are in charge of snacks.
Yeah.
Usually it's Jason's gig. I can't get that out of there. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I put my paws on a couple of those. So we just have soft, chewy Keebler cookies this week for our dessert. But Tim, this would be a good time for us to have a snack while Ricky updates us on PlayStation.
Little story time.
Yeah.
So I last I left you, my PlayStation account got hacked. Over $1,000 in video games were purchased. They erased my email and replaced it with a different email, so I couldn't even access my account to play any of the games I own. I spend years of my life talking to PlayStation, ultimately explain to them my account was hacked, get them to replace my email. Several days later, I get another email from PlayStation indicating that since I did a chargeback on the $1,000, they were suspending my account until I paid them for the games. They basically shook me down. So I go to Wells, and Wells then follows up and says, after reviewing your case, we believe that either you made these charges or someone with your permission made these charges. Well, I was screwed, just like the average person. But I'm not the average person.
No,
I'm Mr. freaking eBay, and I have connections at Wells Fargo, and those connections got me my money back. And here's the beauty. Because they charged me back and PlayStation got the $1,000 for a second time for about a week, they've restored my account. And they don't know it yet.
Look at you.
Yes!
Wait, they don't know it yet.
I don't think they've realized it.
Was your contact Judge Jay Santos? You guys,
No, but he's good friends with Jay. He's very good friends with Jay.
That guy.
And to his credit, this guy at Wells said, I'm really pissed at my own company because not everyone has a connection like you do. And I laughed. And I said, I feel bad for them too. But I don't feel bad for the $1,000 in my pocket. So that's a little update. PlayStation's back going. If you want to add me as a friend, I think I've got 2 friends. At PTTF Ricky, RICKY. Add me on PlayStation. I play all sorts of sports games, non-sports games. I'll even download stupid games to hang out and play with the listeners. So get at me, add me on PlayStation. Let's start gaming. NCAA's coming out in a couple months.
Mhm.
I have tried to get Tim to game with me in the past, years ago, and that didn't work.
Yeah, I can
almost did.
Would you? Okay, so college football is coming out.
Yes.
I know we're going to talk about you and I here in just a second. Is this a game you're going to download?
Not historically.
I don't care about historically. I'm talking about, will you download it?
90% no.
Are you kidding me?
It's Tim. I'm going to add this to the list. Do you have a pen? I had that pen upstairs.
No,
well,
but I
just
gotta-
remember
I'm
when the
writing
time
this.
comes. When the
Mhm.
time comes, just remember this. Ricky and I, before the release date came out, had tentatively planned a date that I had off of work to just play college football with each other all day. I think we should set something like that up with listeners. How fun would that be?
A tournament.
Yeah, I just spent like a Saturday playing college football.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we did a basketball style 64 team tournament?
Oh my God.
Take
Like,
forever.
Football teams?
let's talk to overtime. Like, let's buy some football cards or like see if they have some college stuff and like we can buy, and
Yes.
then whoever wins a game, we can rip the pack and send it to them of whatever's
Yes.
in there.
I like this.
That would be fun.
It would be fun.
You realize that this is the original Madden, right? This is what started it all.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like college football.
Tim, you can bet on who plays each other.
Now you got my attention.
Yes, you know I got his attention. Now I got his
Oh
attention.
yes. No, actually, that's a must. If you are openly betting on the date in which we put this thing together, Tim must make bets with a listener over a football game.
Yes.
I'll make you bets.
People are
enough.
already talking trash to you, Ricky, about PlayStation. And we also have Little John saying Tim's pro only. College is a non-starter for him.
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying about PlayStation?
You don't want this PlayStation smoke, Ricky.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Again, the fans are obsessed with me. Bring it. Add me. Big guy. I don't even know who that was, but add me, and I'd love to play you. I'll smoke you.
So let's set up a date for that. I think that would be fun.
Yes, I think that's
Tim,
fantastic.
you can bet on the games.
I'll figure it out.
Tim's like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Tim, what if we had you play a game against a listener and you had to bet on yourself against the listener?
Oh.
The first time you could actually control the bet, the outcome.
Do I take a dive or not?
We got to watch
He
Tim.
puts money against himself.
Oh, man.
Tim, you got any weekend updates?
Nah.
You want to share your parlay list?
What's the score right now?
No. You don't answer a question with a question.
How many players are in your prop parlay?
I have a few. So one's like a 7-leg, another 9-leg, and a 10-leg. Yeah.
How many 10 legs have you hit in your life?
0.
How many 9 legs have you hit in your life?
0.
How many times have you hit 9 out of a 10 legger in your life? 15.
One. Yeah.
How many
2,
7-leggers have you hit?
1.
How many combined 7, 9, and 10 leggers do you think you have placed in your life?
20. It's not that many.
So you're 0 for 20.
1 for 20.
Yeah, you could look at it that way. Yeah.
Is there another way to look at it?
Yeah, one of
What's
these
the other
days
way to
I'll
look
be
at
on
it?
one of those Instagram reels, from like BR betting, and it's like, this guy's got 1 minute away from hitting a plus 58,000 parlay. Could get paid like 1.5 million. Does he cash out now or let it ride
And you want to be that guy?
for at least 5 minutes?
All right. Damn it.
All right. Okay.
Card wise, I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
All right.
Well, Tim, we need a little more from you. So one of the things that we proposed last week
Yes.
was to ask what ideas people would have for bachelor party for you.
Mhm.
And I promise we will get to this PSA submission here shortly.
Eventually.
Eventually is the better word. I thought long and hard about this.
You can't preemptively ring the bell.
Sure
It's like premature ejaculation.
He who controls the bell can make it ring.
Yep. It's a condition, Tim.
Got pills for that. Yeah.
I think every time Tim lies, this will be the just for the listeners' knowledge.
I like that.
You still keep yours going for the
Okay, I
other.
will. So here's the thing.
Okay.
I made a list of Tim's party. At least I wrote down that as a topic. And I started to scratch down Las Vegas. And I thought about, like, what on God's green earth are we actually going to do in Las Vegas that you aren't already doing from your apartment?
Or as Chad put it, and I'm sorry, I think this will be safe to share. As Chad put it to me,
Uh-oh.
what will Tim be okay in Vegas? And I said, I think he'll be okay most of the time. However, we both have to sleep at some point.
That is true. That is true.
Half joking, mostly joking.
True statement, though.
So here's what I did come up with.
Okay.
And I
Hit
thought
me.
this would be more productive of coming up with a list of things that Tim hates. And I thought
Process of
from there
elimination,
we
I
could
like it.
eliminate a whole bunch of things. So here's the list of things that Tim hates.
And if you don't want to go down this path, My other option to solve the Vegas problem was we bring the big tort Kansas City Dan to Vegas on our dime and handcuff him to you for the entirety of the trip.
You weren't supposed to say that.
Damn it! Damn it!
That's
Was that where we were going?
Tim's not gonna remember the shit anyway. It's fine. Here's a list of things that Tim hates.
Oh boy. All right.
Hanging out. Watching sports. Watching wrestling.
True.
Being around people.
Accurate.
Brunch.
Yep.
Losing.
Yeah.
Talking.
Yes.
Giving answers to questions asked of him. Cheering for a team.
Yep.
Trying new things. And then we can add playing college football to that list.
NCAA football specifically. EA Sports.
So I think that through that, we can come up with something.
There's a little meat on the bone there somewhere in there.
Now, we do have a comment here in the YouTube. If you saw my face earlier, like looking at the computer screen laughing, this is why.
Oh, God.
57 Chevy LSX has a 3-parter. God, it takes up a third of the screen. So my idea for Tim's bachelor party is you rent a party bus with strippers, of course. And it must be midday, but they won't be dancing. These strippers will be hired strictly for the purposes of feeding Tim desserts and then ooh and ah at the big poles while ripping wax. Ultimately, that party bus will land at that lonely casino somewhere outside of Utah that Tim loves to visit. Tim will have to complete a scavenger hunt of gambling activities, which will be live but table, such as over-under for oxygen tanks. Tonight we'll end at a convenience store buying porno mags and packs. That is wonderful.
That sounds great. When are we going to do it?
That is the best thing that I've heard.
Yeah.
So it's a debate, I mean, like if somebody in high school had told me, you really should not go into medicine because you're highly introverted and you generally dislike people.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would have listened, but that would have been appreciated. And I can't tell if I'm just super introverted and acknowledging that now, or if I just legitimately hate people the more I practice medicine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of both.
Do you hate people or do you just hate all life experience?
No, I'm willing to try new things. That was the one thing on that list that I adamantly disagree with.
Every time I propose something to you, you shut me down.
Well, it's just you.
So it's the people that you hate.
Can we add to the list? Tim hates Chad.
Yes, I was going to write that on there, and I thought it might fire him up. So I'm like, no, let's leave it off there. But here we are. Okay, so that's a pretty good idea.
It's something to work with.
All right, well, the story continues.
TBD.
Yep. Should we get to some cards?
In a minute. I have a couple more stories.
Oh.
So a couple weekend updates. First of all, the big tort Kansas City Dan is on a quest to collect every terrible Kansas City Royals card that ever existed. He's already pimping me for my 101.
So you knew that when you threw that one out there.
I did. And BT, I'm giving it some thought. And I'll get back to you. However, BT, as we've covered the last week or two, and my Papa eBay, made a trade. And part of that trade, the BT sent Papa eBay a tort, the same tort that we enjoyed here at Chad's birthday party. I guess Tim didn't enjoy it because he ditched us. Just kidding. My dad traditionally is not a big dessert guy at all. He's actually very picky about his eating. He's not a picky eater the way I am. He'll eat some stuff, but he's very particular. Won't touch chicken, for example.
He was the tree from which you fell off of.
Yeah, in many ways. And not a big sweet tooth. And so when we ordered this tort and my dad demanded that it was chocolate, I thought, hey, it's for my stepmom. My stepmom loves chocolate, right? And I said, that's very kind of him. He's looking out for her. So like Chad did, my dad decided to hold on to his tort until this past Monday. We had a Memorial Day barbecue at his place.
As you should.
Yep. Aunts, uncles, my brother, my nieces, my wife, and I had a great time. Great time. And Papa eBay brought out the tort. And my dad said to me as soon as we walked in, he had the biggest shit-eating grin on his face and said, "That tort is so good."
It is.
And I'm like, no way. He's pulling my leg. He's messing with me. And I'm like, so like 3 or 4 times throughout the day, I'm like, "Hey, seriously, you didn't really like that tort, did you?" He's like, "No, it was the best tort I've ever had. The best dessert I've ever had." I'm like, "But you're not like a cake guy." He's like, "It's not a cake." I'm like, "You're right. It's not a cake."
It's definitely not a cake.
And so then the rest of the eBay family started trying the tort. My brother had, I kid you not, 5 slices of tort.
Well done.
People went nuts over this thing. So I have to give a big shout out and thank you to the BT Kansas City Dan. My family loved their tort. And next week, Papa eBay will be joining us on the show as a follow-up to this trade.
Yes.
And I'm going to throw out the invite right now to the BT. We want you on as well. A little post-trade reaction between you and Papa eBay together. So get back at us and confirm you're going to be on. But that'll be a lot of fun next week. Then finally,
Does tort have an E at the end of it?
yes.
It does.
Thank you.
The tort without an E is more up Ricky's alley. No.
Ricky told me to.
It just sounded right. I know he's talking legally, but and then finally, we also this weekend, my wife and I took our 2 daughters, adult daughters, to a local theme park here called Lagoon in northern Utah. Yeah. So my family historically, or my wife and children historically have gotten season passes to Lagoon every year, and they'll just drive the 45 minutes up there after school and after work to go ride like 2 rides and then come home. Like that does it for them. It does not do it for me. I have fought off successfully having to get a season pass for 11 out of the last 12 years. They finally roped me in, and I've got to be a part of the family and get my stupid Lagoon pass.
Oh no.
So we went, and it was my younger daughter's birthday, and we were having a little extra celebration, and decided to go up to Lagoon and get my pass activated, and we had a really nice time. We hung out, didn't ride any rides at first. It's the nice thing about having college age kids versus the 6 and 7 year olds, and you have to sit on the boats that just go in circles. Oh, I had to do that with my son when he was 3. It was the worst. Anyway, we hung out. We went to dinner with my in-laws, had a great time, went back to the park, and decided to try out the new ride. There's a new ride this year where Lagoon is trying to be Disney, and they are not Disney.
What is it?
This new ride, I can't even remember the name of it off the top of my head. But what you do is it's like Primordial or something, and they take the line inside and then back outside, and inside they have animatronics talking to you.
Oh gosh.
It feels more like Chuck E. Cheese than Disney.
Yeah.
You can't understand it.
Yeah.
Then they've created this ride that doesn't really do loop-de-loops, and it's 4 wide, 2 rows of 4 wide, and it does go up and down like a little mini roller coaster, like the Jetstar, maybe a little. No loops or anything. And then it takes you inside where it turns into Midway Mania from Disney.
Okay.
You have guns attached and you have to shoot. It has a little Harry Potter ride feel, half animatronic, half roller coaster. It does some weird things, kind of like some Disney World rides, where you go backwards in the roller coaster at one point. It drops you. A for effort, C for execution.
Seems rather high from how you described it.
But that's not the story.
Okay. Good.
Come on, Tim, keep up.
All right. I'm
The
here.
story is while we were waiting in this white trash line.
You're in that line.
Yeah.
You are that line.
Yep.
Yeah.
And right in character with being white trash, a 40-year-old man in Mr. eBay was about to go to jail for beating the hell out of some 16-year-olds.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
We are in line for this thing, and it's about an hour long. And I'm telling you, it is on repeat. The audio saying, "Do not line jump. Do not line jump."
Oh, That's like water torture.
Yeah.
Can we use your mugshot for the thumbnail of this episode?
Yes, you can.
If we ever
Yes, you
get to
can.
that. Okay, thank you.
And so we have some kids in front of us. They're fine, these 3 kids. But then 3 kids that they know are not friends with, but know, jump in line in front of us. So I'm pissed already, right?
Mhm.
But Kyle and I give each other the look, and we're like, no, we're still young and cool. We're not going to be tattletales, right? These kids were throwing homophobic slurs, racial slurs, every offensive word. And I don't get offended easily. I think everyone that listens to the show knows us. We're okay with the language. It was so over the top. And at one point they start like fist fighting and like wrestling on the ground in front of us.
Huh.
And all I could think is, man, just bump me one time. I'm going to grab the front of their shirt and it's on, just pounding them. I'll go to jail. I've accepted it. I was furious and I was so tempted, and I decided I was going to get them back. And here's how I was going to do it. I was going to wait until we got to the very front of the line and then point them out as line jumpers.
You're going to show those kids.
I was. Unfortunately, they called for a group of 4. So we got to jump half the line and go up and skip them. So I never got to rat
got
them
to
out.
pull
Did
the
you
trigger.
flip him a bird with the thumb?
I did.
As you passed him?
I flipped him the bird as we were pulling
job.
off, because you're pulling off sideways.
Yeah.
Just right at them.
Well done.
I don't even know if they saw it, but that was my weekend, getting in fights with 16-year-olds and having torts.
How much is a Lagoon season pass?
Like I think it's about $250.
So it's
Too
like the
much.
cost of 2 days
Correct.
of admission.
Correct. So it's worth it for these guys that will go all the time. I'll go a couple times. I'll go
Yeah.
during fright.
Tim, what's a 7-leg $250 wager parlay?
It depends on like how heavily favored, you're putting that money on. But, conservatively, like a plus 3,000 payout.
Shit, you could have
Dude, put a
$3,000.
Dude, do a lagoon parlay and let's see what happens.
Lagoon is just not an entertainment park as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Growing up near a Six Flags, it gets a little sketchy and old, but at least there's real coasters. I still remember one called the Shockwave that had like 7 inverted loops on it. That's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
There is nothing like that at Lagoon.
We found something Tim likes.
Yeah.
Roller coasters.
True statement.
Oh, have
Yeah.
you been on Cannibal?
Yeah.
Huh.
Huh.
Do you still enjoy going to baseball games? That's one
Uh,
thing Sarah brought up. She's like, hey, Tim was traveling to baseball stadiums.
Yeah, and COVID kind of wrecked my pace. I was
Right.
trying to do like 2 or 3 every summer with my daughter until she hit 18 and would have covered all of them.
Did you like it or did you like the idea of it?
I like the idea of like traveling to cities. So
Mhm.
trying something new, Chad, going somewhere new.
Facial.
Are you still doing that?
Well, the plan was to. I mean, last year plane tickets were atrocious, so we put that on pause.
Mm-hmm.
This year they're still atrocious, but I would like to. Made the mistake of going to Minnesota in August when it was mid 80s and like 500% humidity. That was not enjoyable.
Back to
Hmm.
the Future podcast
Yeah.
RV to a baseball game, recording the whole way.
And then to an amusement park.
How do you feel about water slides with riddles at the top? You have to pass a riddle before you can get down the water
We
slide.
passed it.
Because if so, we've got the hotel for you.
Yes, we do.
Oh no. No.
And there we go.
All right, let's dive into what we've been promising all show. Time for PSA decisions.
Where are we at? 45 minutes into this thing?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
The Big Tort will not post a link to the tort in the damn chat.
Why?
I don't know. He said he sent it to my Instagram. Like, dude, the phone's in use.
Yeah.
Big Tort, send me the link so I can post it on the YouTube.
Yeah,
People
Tort.
are asking for it.
Stop messing around, Tort.
PSA. Let's see how long Tim can talk for. Tim, go.
PSA. So, Ricky, you've got this 8-card stack sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
They're the good old-fashioned tried and true mags, unlike the ones over at zioncases.com, where you can use promo code PACK, P-A-C-K, for 10% off your order.
Where's
Order.
Ricky's telling me to leave. Tim, you got to carry it.
This is brutal. Enjoy. Have fun at that, whatever you're going. and they've officially left me. This is awesome. What do you guys want to know about Ricky and Chad? Well, they're gone. Well, anyway, so Ricky's got these cards in front of him. He's somehow managed to narrow it down from a box of about 332, cleaning out his junk drawer at home. It contained about 546,000 cards from Allen and Ginter, I believe. And are these the ones that you're not going to include?
Correct.
You already excluded a Reggie Miller auto.
Yep.
Jerry Sloan, Miguel Cabrera. Well, the little rip card, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. The Miggy auto from Topps Archives.
101.
Yep. Chad probably swayed you on that one. And I'll just skip over that card because the big Tort would be a little too interested in it. Oh, Zach Moss.
Yeah, Zach Moss.
I don't have any disagreements there.
So Chad and I went to go take a break. How'd it go with you and the listeners?
Oh, it was fantastic. I told him all the dirt on both of you in about 3 seconds.
He's kind of like Garth in Wayne's World when they put the cameras on him alone and him alone. This is fun.
Tim can hold it down. He
can.
can do that.
You actually did a great job.
I have no
at it.
doubt.
Yeah. Just got to get me on some. Yeah.
All right. So before we get, or as we get started, I have narrowed down my cards to 8. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to pick one of the cards from this stack, announce it. I'll show it up to the camera. And then I'm going to pass it around and ask each of you to pick one card from my stack to potentially get graded.
One card from the stack.
One card from this stack.
Okay.
So my first card will be the 3-star swatches: Oscar Robinson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron
Robertson.
James, Robertson.
Mhm.
Did I say Robinson?
Yeah.
LeBron
Usually.
James, numbered to 125.
Mm.
Triple game used patch.
That's
I mean-
inevitable.
Get it authentic so I can have one to match my son.
Okay. So you really just don't care about the grade on that one at all. You just need that in a slab. Basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they'll be able to do that. They still have one that's thick enough.
Yeah. Well, I've already done it once.
Yeah. Okay. Charles Lee. So I know you were looking at this Amon-Ra St. Brown pen pals, but if I remember right, the bottom right corner is still soft.
Yeah. You mentioned something. So I want you to, I like that Tim has come prepared.
Yeah.
He has brought his
And
Yeah.
it's
his magnifying glass.
I'm not sure that Chad wiped this one down before he gave it to me, but
He did not.
no, the bottom right corner is still soft, so you gotta let that one go.
Okay.
Unless you just care about having that in a slab.
No.
Nope.
Not necessarily.
I think you take the chance on the Barry downtown.
You think so? Look at the top left. You see that eraser mark? You think it's going to cost me? It's kind of hard to see. That's why
the
I
right angle. I get it.
think I'll get away with that with at least an 8.
That's worth a little microfiber wipe.
Little Tim's test hit kitchen.
Yeah, got some stale wax sitting around somewhere.
I like it.
A little dab of that on the left corner.
A little dabble, do you?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Wow. Let's go for it.
That one? Okay,
Yeah,
the Barry Sanders
for it.
downtown. It's card 2.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
see what
So, elimination
Chad-
pile there. You're
Yeah.
okay with that?
Let's go ahead and pull up the Pat Cam for those
Oh, sorry.
watching here on the YouTube. Let's throw that under there. I think if you get that right on Ricky's teeth and his upper chest, we'll be able to see the cards perfectly. Tim, that works out fairly well for one card is about what we'll
the
get there.
downtown is
We're going to
good.
get one card.
The cards
There we
that'll
go.
get submitted so far.
All right, now if you'll pass the stack over to Chadwin,
Yeah.
we'll get his expert advice.
Screw you, Tim.
Greased it up just for you.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Thank you. All right. So Ricky has handed me a stack of 5 cards.
Yes.
We have the Barry Sanders potpourri of eras.
Yes.
We have the Cam Rising. He's going to be a Heisman finalist. Tim, get me into a prop bet where I can bet on Cam Rising being a Heisman finalist.
Yes.
I can probably do that.
I would like to place
Yeah?
money on that. Yeah.
Put a couple units on it.
Yep.
It's not a bad choice.
Bill Ripken, F face,
Yeah.
but it's baseball. That sucks. Peyton Manning, but in a Colts uni, and Vince Young.
Ooh. making it
I know
difficult.
you like that card a lot. There's a lot of blue on there.
Don't bet for me. You bet. You tell me what the best card is based on your
Yeah.
view.
Well, he's deciding, So I used to have one of those Bill Ripkins FAs and a PSA 10. Do I have regrets about letting that one go? I don't know. I mean, like me personally, that doesn't do like a whole lot as far as sentimental pull for me.
Sure.
But I think, let's be honest, I probably had to sell it to cover some res losses. But, it's a card that I think is worth grading, but I don't want to sway Chad's decision.
Okay, so
Yeah, take it
Quickly.
apart. Do it however you want.
So I'm taking a look at Bowman University, first Bowman Cam Rising Red, number 4 out of 5 autograph. There's a whole lot of red and white on this card,
Yeah.
which I think would look really good in a PSA slab.
I think so too.
Would.
I also know that, Ricky, for you do love your University of Utah cards.
Yes, I do.
Oh, there is a big old... Is that a scratch? What's on that
Oh,
thing?
no.
Sad.
Is it a scratch or is it just the back of the card?
Uh,
Do I have a cloth over there by
Sads.
chance? I don't think I do.
No.
Sads with a Z. Yes, you do.
oh. Okay. Ah,
Is it a weird print line? What is
Tucked
that
away.
thing?
I don't know. You tell me.
Corners look good.
You guys-
Edges look good. Centering looks pretty good. There's a weird line that runs through here, Tim. There's a print line right down the middle. I don't know. It's like a very odd print line. But Ricky, I don't think you're going to care about the grade. Do the Cam Rising.
Okay.
That's the one that we're gonna do.
I think out of that pile, that card's gonna look fantastic in a PSA slab. Either way, and you might catch a grader on a bad day.
Yeah.
It just might be like, oh, that's part of the card design. Eh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the show chat is calling that if you can call up your soaker, get some support for this. Might be able to buff out that line. A little soaking.
Timmy Test Kitchen, part 2.
Yeah.
I will have everyone know as a quick aside that the Danny Ainge Shrine is still here. I'm staring at it right now.
Oh, yeah.
No additions.
Danny is soaking, but just no additions this week.
The first question I asked before I got in the door, before I even sat down, was,
So that's
have we added anything to the shrine?
not this week.
Not this week, and that's
You
okay.
got to keep Danny on his toes.
Yeah,
That's part of the torture.
but it is what I care about the most. Okay, I told you I was going for 4 cards.
Oh,
You
yeah.
already told me I can't use
at
the
3,
Amon Ra St. Brown. I'm going classic. Bill Ripken F face.
Nice. Let's see. I think I can do this better. For those of you watching YouTube, I think we can make this experience better. There we go. Now we got some cards on.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
look at this. I've had the Dr. Ghost Hunters banner up the entire time.
Ah,
How did that get there?
damn it, Chad.
Cross promotion.
Wow. At least we're only 50 minutes into this thing.
Yeah.
I told you guys I took a nap today. I did 2 runs and did some Pilates.
And we're not sure he's woken up yet.
No, I think he went back in time, honestly.
I'm like Elaine when she abstains from sex. I am goofy as hell when I sleep. I can't think straight. Everything's wrong.
That's the best, Chad.
Yeah, we
Is
love
it?
it.
I don't-
Yes,
I
it
don't
is.
know.
Yeah.
What are we doing now?
Chadwin,
Yep.
what cards will you be submitting this time?
Well, I think a little bit on the fly. I'm going to make a little bit of a change here, being $25 as opposed to the $15 that I thought it was since I'm no longer a club member. That's going to change things just ever so slightly.
So when it was 15, how many cards were you thinking?
All of them.
Wow.
How many do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And how many do you think you'll cut it down to?
We can do 4 to 6.
All right.
Okay, so I do have a fair number of Shaquille O'Neal first day issues that I have acquired. The one that we talked about last week. It's a good looking card. They all appear, so 2 of them appear to be 93, 94. That's part of the mail day this week.
Yeah.
And then one, oh no, all 3 are 93, 94. My God, that man had a lot of Stadium Club cards that year.
Yes, he did.
But I think I would send in that trio
All right.
for sure.
You're getting big into the Shaq collection.
For
covered
basketball,
that earlier.
yeah,
Yep.
For basketball, it's going to be 90s Shaq and MJ.
Okay.
And that will evolve with time.
Love it.
You know what? This is going to end up being every single one of these damn cards. I do think since we are submitting the cards, I mentioned SGC earlier. Let's go ahead and send in that Walt and Mickey
The SGC.
1931 Wills. No, let's do it at PSA.
Yeah.
Yeah, just why not? Now, here's the other thing. I've got these 2 Michael Eisner cards. One of them was a gift to me from Allen and Ginter, which is a patch with a little Mickey,
Oh, I like that.
which is pretty cool. Actually, I think I'm not going to submit that one, but I
Yeah.
do have the Codebreaker Allen and Ginter auto. If I don't submit this sweater piece, I will not submit this one. So we'll just keep those 2 off to the side.
Okay. That's a great combo.
Just for
though.
matching purposes.
For matching
Yeah.
purposes.
Okay.
I did pick up this little beauty at the card shop. Let's go ahead and do this one. 2012 Prism. Denver Broncos green Prism, Demaryius Thomas, who did pass away, actually, shockingly, suddenly. Very
Yeah.
sad. Beautiful looking card. It will match the Peyton Manning nicely. So I will submit that one.
R.I.P. DT, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Heidi.
Guys, I want your opinion on these last 2. The first of which is a bigger card for me, 2016 Panini Flawless Gold, number 10. Peyton Manning, John Elway, patches, game worn,
Yeah.
not in a flawless mag. Definitely want it protected.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think it's going to grade well, but protected is the goal.
What about authentic?
I think
It's an authentic
just
piece of
authentic.
jersey.
I think just authentic.
I think that it works with the jersey patches when they're authentic from a game.
I like that. Tim, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's got a bum bottom left corner on the front. So
Uh-huh.
PSA, what, like 8, 7 is optimistic. But authentic, I agree, because this is one of the last like game worn patches you'll probably ever see of these 2
Yeah.
players in a product. That's gonna be good enough.
Wait, did I say that was 16? Did I say it was 2016 or 2017?
I wasn't listening.
You're holding the card. Flip it over, dickhead.
I can't see the tiny print anymore. I'm
Then hand me the
frickin'
card back.
42.
So it was 2016. It says Panini Flawless, and it says 2017 Panini America. So my question behind it, the reason that it matters,
2016 flawless.
if it's a 16 Flawless, it's a 15 perhaps jersey, which is the year Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl for the Broncos. Another reason, just to protect it and grade it. It doesn't mean that it
Yes.
couldn't be an earlier jersey that they
Mhm.
acquired.
Sure.
There's a
Let's authenticate that one. I don't know about this one, guys. I'll leave it up to you two and maybe the chat. This is Immaculate 2014 game worn. 3 players: Elway, Terrell Davis, Peyton Manning. 2 color patch on the Elway, 3 color patch on the other 2.
You may not love my answer. Number to 5, I would say grade it authentic. I don't know. The patches seem authentic. The term authentic works for patch to me, especially if it's game used. You can say, "Yep, look how authentic it is."
I don't think
And you don't run the
hobby
risk for a
necessarily
thick
like
card.
buys into that,
I
but
know.
but I do like that.
But for a PC, and you
Mhm.
don't want will it bug you more to have no grade or a 6? Not to say it's a 6, but
It would bug me to have a 6,
Right?
right? Like a 6 looks.
perfectly
authentic, you
fine.
There he is. What do you think, Tim?
I just hear some of our listeners chirping in my ear right now saying, like, what's the point of slabbing this,
Uh-huh.
Because if you're truly just PCing it and it's authentic, you haven't swapped out the patches and you enjoy the card, knowing that it's out of 5 and it's all game use patches, leave it alone.
Just put it in a mag and
Yeah.
make it look pretty?
Pick up one of those new shiny mags over at zioncases.com. Test it out. See what you think.
And that is what the chat's saying as well.
Oh,
It's one for a one touch and a PTTF sticker.
Oh,
Okay. So that one will take off.
hey, Danny Diamonds. You know how you used to put those diamond stickers on slabs to say or PSA grade, it'll be like diamond status. Let's create some PTTF stickers.
Mike Baker?
On Max. Yes, Mike Baker's
Yeah,
diamonds.
yeah, yeah.
Diamonds.
Is
Direct.
Mike Baker the one who stood you up, Tim? At the Dallas
yeah,
Card Show?
multiple
Yeah.
times. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
fun.
let's create our own diamond sticker.
Yes.
Instead, it'll be a bell
Yes.
instead of a gold diamond.
Yeah, those sticker companies were popping up in our Instagram feed on the show account this week. And
I saw that.
yeah, and they're worth looking into, I think.
Did you message one of them? Did one
Myself.
of you?
No.
No, I used the show account because it was on the show
Yes.
feed to message to
Yeah.
myself. so I
Okay,
would
okay.
remember it. Yeah.
I like it. I like that a lot.
Wow.
Okay.
Jimmy.
This might be the most underwhelming pile of cards I've ever talked about on the show.
Well, you're saying.
Here we go, baby. Prepare to be underwhelmed. Truly. Upper Deck Series 2 from this year during the Connor Bedard chase. I did win those.
I just thought we'd mix it up for Tim.
Okay.
Just kidding.
3 boxes for about $50
Oh,
spent
no.
on a res.
Hold on, Tim.
Oh, no.
I have to edit this. Get your shit together.
You're going to make Chad's head explode right here.
There we go. We're back. Game on. Welcome back to the Back to the Future podcast. I'm your host, Mr. eBay.
Is this where we would like interject one of those musical interludes
Yes.
in season 1
Yes,
and really annoy the heck out of about 50% of our listeners?
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Connor Bedard, Upper Deck Portraits. Not his true rookie card by any stretch.
That's
but
the one you hit, right?
is a rookie card and being a card that I actually hit.
Pack pulled.
Maybe. It's got a bum right corner, so not expecting a grade great on
What do
that.
you think?
PSA 9, 8,
Okay.
optimistically. Or should I just do authentic? Because I just want that slabbed for that authentic PSA experience.
You can't fake that.
he took the words right out of my mouth.
But yeah, this was a stack of cards that got knocked over by one of my cats. And I was like, oh, I forgot about these. And somehow they had not ended up in the garbage. All 3 of those cats, by the way, have been fishing cards out of my little bin that I use for garbage in my office.
Do you know how Toy Story, one of the movies, is about? They go to like some kid's house who like just destroys his toys.
Yeah.
Like shaves the head off of them and like destructs them.
Yeah.
That's
Fucks all
if
of them
cards were really like human. That's what it would be like going to Tim's house, is trying to survive the nightmare. Trash cans, cat litter,
Yeah, the garbage
cats.
pile. Yeah, that's great.
Can you restate the thing about the bin that you use for trash? Isn't that just a trash can?
No, it's like a soft, 4-sided carry tote, I believe would be the correct term if you were trying to pick one up at Target.
Why are you putting trash in a carry tote?
It seemed cool.
Try new things.
See? Keep you on your toes.
Okay.
There's this Nikola Jovic, a place for the Heat.
What?
I don't remember if this is actually I'll let Chad, our local Revolution expert, decide if that's a galactic or not. The car's garbage, by the way, so I don't really care. I'm just
You're
trying
re-
to give you something to do.
It's this is a you did this on purpose.
Yeah, you're trying to piss us off on purpose.
No, he's trying to get me in trouble on purpose.
I've been saving this up all
Uh-huh.
episode. Yeah.
Tim, why don't you just tell people what the insert is?
Actually,
The Asia insert,
Uh-huh.
actually.
is that out of 88 because 8s are lucky numbers?
It's not
Panda?
it's not Chinese New Year.
Oh,
It's just Asia.
yeah, the Asia T-Mall edition that Ricky.
I feel like
So
he's trying to get
graceful.
me in trouble here, and this is like a really good way to go about it. This is
Uh,
Asia.
Yeah,
Chinese New Year is traditionally numbered to 88.
correct. Yeah.
So yeah, this one is unnumbered.
Hey, Chad, we're trying to be a PC podcast over here. Could you watch the language?
But yeah, no. So I apparently have some Prism cards from
He has all these cards that are not even sleeved in a penny sleeve.
No,
2021. Because I mean, you pull out some of these rookie cards and you're like, this guy's a nobody. But accidentally informative Tim says, let some of these cards just sit and marinate in the sun on a random box to allow for your cats to knock them over in about 2 years to remind yourself that you own them.
in the old garbage tote.
And you've got Jalen Williams on the Oklahoma City Thunder
Hey.
making a name for himself.
Yeah.
He's going to be on the radar more and more as the next seasons go on.
Do you want to throw those on the Pat Cam there?
Yeah,
So they can see the unsleeved
that's a base.
Lonzo Ball face.
And then the other Jalen Williams, who is still not worth jack crap,
He's ribbing us, right?
Look how-
but he's got a silver.
The card's got. I guess that is the
That's
natural.
that's the
prism
nice curve,
curve. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Look at all
Natural
those thumb
curve for all of
prints.
these cards.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Cam Thomas, not bad.
He's got to be. I don't know basketball that well, but he's ribbing us, right? This cannot be real.
Tim was not going to grade these cards. He has a long. There's something going on here. There totally is.
What do you mean? I mean, these players have been sitting there waiting to develop over the last 2 years.
Tim has so many Rui.
Come on, you
Hashimuras,
recognize
he can
this
sell
guy,
you.
Josh Giddey,
Yeah.
Donruss Optic.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Lord have mercy for why this one isn't a top loader. But see, I was watching college basketball and was like, Jalen Suggs, I recognize this name.
Okay.
He should be making a name for himself, but it's not going super well.
So it's a college card?
It's his
No,
rookie
he was-
card.
Okay.
He put it in a top loader because he was
Hmm.
watching college.
Got it.
And heard his name.
And back on season 1,
So are you grading these? Or are these just cards
Up for
that you
debate.
have? Okay, I see.
up for debate.
Okay.
Yeah. So season 2, episode 1, I believe we were talking about cards that of players that stood a chance at a at a
Had to
little
put
renaissance.
Ricky's, had to zoom in on Ricky while I was blowing his nose.
Oh, man. I might not be done.
And football season's around the corner.
Okay.
Well, Travis Etienne Jr.
For both?
Will that be worth
Okay.
anything? Well, I don't know. Jaden Ivey of the Pistons. This was a card I hit out of that same box that Ricky so nicely gifted me.
You threw that away. And by the way, we got to talk about something.
Yeah.
Can you take your stuff home with you?
No,
Like when I
Hey.
give you things, you leave the
No.
garbage on my floor.
no,
You literally threw away that card once. And the card Ricky gifted you last week, you left it here.
it's in a top loader, damn it. It's also not gradable, but it would be nice if it was.
Why are you giving him ungradable cards, bro?
I don't know. So here's a baseball card
I'm
for
speechless.
one of our listeners out of Bowman Chrome. Last name Casey, Caissie.
Cassie.
Casey. In Utah, that probably would be Cassie, huh?
Okay, I don't want to be mean, but there's not a single card here I would grade. Can I just say it?
Come on!
Tim's working an angle here.
You can't tell me that in 2 or 3 years that might be worth more than the $25 grading fee that we're possibly going to spend. I did not get a refund from Sony or Wells Fargo this past week, so I have to be a little careful about my choices, Ricky.
There it is. And the card goes flying.
Man.
All right. Baker Mayfield select
Phenomenal. Why do you have these cards? Like,
How did they survive?
I don't know.
Did you just go to wait, hold on. Did you go to Overtime Cards last week and just go through their quarter bin?
hey, were they having a sale?
Tim, this is the funniest damn thing you've ever done, and I still don't understand it.
All right, no. The one card that I found in that whole pile that actually looks gradable is Bowman's Best Jordan, 97, 98, Bowman's Best.
Where is it?
It's right there.
It's right there.
Oh, there.
It's on camera.
Let's just see the stack of cards in front of you.
Yes.
It's a pretty card.
That is a pretty card. That card is worth grading.
I'll send that one in.
I think he has to send in the Lonzo Ball too, just for having the
There
balls.
is no Lonzo
It
Ball.
was the first
No,
card he put
Yeah,
down.
there was
Oh.
at some point.
Whoops. my bad.
Yeah,
Was it even a silver?
Rest in peace, his meniscus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
come on.
You
That's
know,
my best pile of cards
No,
I've ever gone
no,
through. Come on, I'm trying to
no.
relate to the masses. Come on.
you know what?
Don't tell me one of our listeners out there does not have a similar pile that they've forgotten about and randomly got knocked over and had to be scammed.
Dude, we're playing checkers, and Tim's over here playing.
I know
chess.
he is.
Tim just did this to
Advanced
us.
chess.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
The only card Tim handed to me was the Asia card, and then he asked me if it was Chinese New Year.
Unsleeved.
Unsleeved. Do I want to touch that card without blood?
Yeah. Well, when we swab your hands for herpes next week, we'll know why.
Yeah.
On that note, I think it's been a fun show for Chad and Tim.
Tim, you did it. You found a way to break Ricky and get him to end this thing.
This is Ricky, the medical nightmare, wishing all of you a one-of-one night. So for the last few weeks, we've really been, you can control when that goes off, right?
I can't.
You can?
Yeah.
Do we want to visit with the fans after this?
Your call.
I don't think we need to. Is Dan in the room?
Oh, yeah. Dan's in the room.
Of course he is.
I'm kind of embracing this heel persona.
Please like and subscribe before Ricky makes us go off the air.
I kind of like this heel persona. And I was thinking about this 101 has its sentimental value. Lorenzo Kane and Dan really wants it.
You can show it right to the camera.
And I was thinking, like, do you guys keep any of your first 101s that you hit? Like, I don't think either of you guys have them. And I'm like, maybe this is a weird sentimental value.
No, I kept my Lucas Giolito Superfractor from Bowman's Best.
Did you keep your first?
No, I sold it. That Adam Thielen.
See,
Yeah.
and I don't think I'll get a lot of money for this. I think I'm going to rip it out and destroy it.
Gosh.